I've been wondering, why is it that singles find it difficult to get married? And I really wanted to do some elaborate stuff today until God began to deal with me and showed me 7 mistakes, 7 common mistakes that singles always make. How many of us want us to talk about that today? All right. Are you here with your writing materials? Fantastic. Can we say a big thank you to all so many people are joining us online, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on everywhere, on Zoom. Can we celebrate those who are joining us on Zoom? All right. Thank you so much. Now I want us to quickly take a look at some of these key things today. Be seated, please. Be seated. I shared with you a statistics recently, how that globally speaking, we currently have a minimum of about 2.1 billion people who are singles of marriageable age. 2.1 billion singles of marriageable age. 89% of the singles choose not to date. They choose not to get into any kind of relationship because they believe that they are not good enough for flirting. They are not good at flirting. They are not good at romantic relationships. So 89% of singles don't get into relationship because I don't think I am good at relating with the opposite sex. 89%. And from the role play you have seen here, you can see that it's almost playing out. For instance, when the guys were going to be talking to the girls, almost all the guys talking to the girl had their hands at their back. Did you observe that? And in public speaking, once we begin to see you clasping your hands, keeping your hand at the back, folding your hands, all of that just communicate body gesture. It just communicates a lack of confidence. So there's a whole lot that we're going to be working on as we go forward. 75% of the singles who are not married consider being too picky as a reason for not dating. But among women, this figure is even higher at 82.1%. 82.1% of women consider themselves to be more pickier than men. So women are more pickier than men. We're trying to look at the reasons why singles remain single. 18% of singles say they are not interested anymore because of bad experiences in the past. So the reason why some singles are not married, from the research we have, is that quite a number of them across the world say they've had past experiences that has made it so that they don't want to get into relationships again. 11% of singles say they are not open to relationship because of health problem. As of 2022, over 18 million people are considered singles. So Canada is one of the leading nations with high number of people who are not married. So for all of you traveling to Canada, I hope that you keep that in mind. You would think that Canada, as big as it is an issue, until you get to realize that in England and Wales alone, as at 2022, we had over 28.9 million singles in small England and Wales. 28.9 million. Now, you would think Africa is spared, but South Africa also has a high single population. It will amaze you to know that in South Africa, they have close to about 55% of the total population of South Africans are singles. Over 50% of the nation of South Africa is a nation with singles. It is the reason why you can now understand why there is always this xenophobia thing. South African men always saying that Zimbabwean men, Nigerian men, Ghanaian men are taking over their women. There's a huge single bracket there. You would think Nigeria is spared until we got to realize that Google last year, 2023, Google said Nigerians are the ones with the largest number. Nigerians are the ones with the largest number of people searching for love. So Google says that Nigerians are the ones the largest number on Google search engine of people searching for love online. What do they look for? Waiting will they look for? All right, God will let us find it in Jesus' name. Okay. Now, there are 4 kinds of singles. I'd like you to take note of this. There are 4 kinds of singles all over the world. There are people we call voluntary temporary singles. Voluntary temporary singles. It's important. I may call you to tell me which one you are. So write down. Use your phone. You can take note. There are 4 kinds of singles all over the world. Basically, by no means exhaustive, but basically, for categorization purposes. Number 1, voluntary temporary singles. These are singles by choice for a season. Singles by choice for a season. Meaning, I don't want to marry. I am not interested in relationship because I want to focus on my PhD. I want to focus on this. I want to focus on that. I'm not in the best frame of mind for this. I'm not in the best frame of mind for that. So we call these individuals voluntary temporary singles, VTS. These are individuals who are saying for a moment, I don't want to be in a relationship. Then we have what we call the voluntary permanent singles. These are singles who are saying, listen, I don't want to get married. So we have with us voluntary permanent singles. These are singles who are singles by choice for a lifetime. And the reason for that can be for things including I am a eunuch. I don't have sexual desires, so I don't want to get married. I don't like sex, so I don't want to get married. It could include things like I had a very bad experience in the beginning, and so I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get married. It can also move as fast as things like because I got pregnant and I have a child, I don't want to marry again. I just want to focus on my child. So there are reasons why people are what you call voluntary permanent singles. Number 3, there are those we call involuntary temporary singles. These are singles for a season due to unforeseen situations and circumstances. Involuntary. This is not me saying I want to be single for a season. It just turns out to be that I want to be married, but I can't explain why I am not just getting married. So these are involuntary temporary singles. They are singles for a season due to unforeseen situations and circumstances. And this is where we have the largest population. This is where we have the largest population of singles. Because so many want to get married. Let me ask you, how many of you consider yourself to be among the involuntary, temporary single? You want to marry, but you can't tell why you're not getting married. Raise your hands. Okay, so maybe I'm going to ask you. Okay, I will mention the fourth one, then I will know which one you belong to. All right. The last one is involuntary permanent singles. These are singles. These are people that will be single for the rest of their lives. Not by choice, but because of circumstances and situations that have forced them into that. And there are so many people in that category also. Because of the situation and circumstances they can't control, it has permanently forced them into a situation whereby they're going to be singles for the rest of their lives. Think about the case of a lady called Tamar in the Bible, one of the daughters of David. The Bible said when her brother raped her, the Bible said because of that rape, she was not responsible for the rape, but because of that rape, she decided for the rest of her life, she's not going to get married. Involuntary permanent single, she decided, look, I'm not going to get married again. A voluntary permanent single, I'm not going to get married again for a situation that was beyond her control. And you have a situation whereby a lady had an accident. And as a result of that accident, it has permanently affected the situation whereby, affected her so much so that now the consideration of getting married is no longer something she's thinking about. How many of us consider ourselves to be voluntary temporary singles? For now, I don't want to get married. I just want to learn about marriage. Raise your hand. I'm not interested in marriage for now. Don't come near me. Wave your hands and warn them quickly. Warn everybody. Don't come near me now. Bros, can you see them? Sisters, can you see them? Voluntary, temporary singles. All right. Voluntary, permanent singles. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided. So, voluntary permanent singles. For the rest of my life, no marriage. I'm just attending singles program because I like to learn a lot about relationship. Raise your hand here. Permanent. Sorry, ma. That's amazing. That's good. Permanent. Anyone else? So we usually don't have so many of them. Oh, can I wave your answer? Marvelous. That's good, man. Talk to me. You don't want to get married for lifetime? Oh, that's cool. You and I may need to talk. Is that okay? I just want to be sure that your decisions are based on sound judgment. Is that okay? Because sometimes people reach those decisions without wide consultation. Some of the reasons why people reach those decisions are based on pain. And ma'am, what's her name, ma'am? Say it again. Cairo? Kairos, right? Fantastic. I would love to see you too, so that I just get to have an idea why you reach that kind of a decision. Is that okay? God bless you. All right. So everybody's decision must be respected. Is that okay? Fantastic. All right. So you're beginning to know now that all these categorizations do exist. Is that okay? Then let's look at the third one: involuntary temporary singles. You want to get married, but there are just, you can't tell why it's not happening yet. Raise your hands. Sincerely speaking, I want to let everybody know I want to marry. If you are around me, come close. That's almost like 98% of this audience. All right. God bless you. Involuntary permanent singles. Single for life by unforeseen circumstances. Just not because I chose to, but the circumstance of life has forced me to now saying, hey, no marriage for the rest of my life. Anybody like that here? Okay, nobody in that category. Usually very rare to find people in that category. What are some of the mistakes? 7 mistakes that singles always make. We want to get into today. Like I said, I just want to, and then you have opportunity to ask me questions. All right, you will have the opportunity to ask me questions today. Number 1 mistake. One of the mistakes that singles always make when it comes to choosing a life partner. Number 1 is pursuing a life partner without knowing your life's purpose. Pursuing a life partner without knowing your life's purpose. The way it works is that you need to know your God, know yourself, know your purpose before you start thinking about knowing anyone or anything else. Marriage is not a place for people that don't know themselves. It's dangerous to be looking for someone you want to marry when the person that you are has not even discovered yourself. You don't know you. That's why they ask you a question when you get married. Say, do you take this woman? The question is, who is you? Let's start with the guys. Guys, let me say this. If a guy can have a clear sense of vision, backed up with dedication to pursuing the vision, there is literally nowhere in the world where a guy can find a wife. I'm going to say that again. With a clear sense of purpose and a strong dedication to pursuing your life's purpose, it is naturally so that most women want to gravitate in your direction. Every woman wants to be sure I'm lining up behind a man who knows himself and knows where he's going to. In the way God arranged marriage, it is this way. The first thing God exposed man to was God. The second thing man was exposed to was himself. Did you get that? The first thing man was exposed to was the God who made him. The second thing man was exposed to was what? Himself. Before he started seeing a woman around him, the man saw himself, knew himself. And that is the same order today. If a man is going to be successful, in relationship matters, the first thing the man needs to do is for the man to know God. Number 2 is for the man to know himself. Know thyself. Know yourself. And knowing yourself includes knowing your identity, knowing your purpose, knowing your assignment, knowing why you are here. It is dangerous to bring somebody into your life without knowing what they will come and assist you to do or what role they will play in your life. Know yourself. Know your purpose. Know why you exist. Know what assignment you want to carry out here on earth. Know what difference you want to make in life. The first person that the woman saw, can anybody give me the answer? The first person that the woman saw was who? Say it again. God. The second person the woman got to discover was who? Herself. You see that? You see that? It's not the man she discovered. The man was the third person she discovered. The first was God, the second was herself, and the third was man. It is dangerous for you as a lady to pursue discovering a man without discovering God, without discovering yourself. It is the reason why you will be taken for granted. It is the reason why you'll be abused. It is the reason why you'll be misused. As a lady, the order is the woman discovered God first and then discovered herself and discovered her man. It's the way it works. Listen to me. Do you know why I'm talking to you about the importance of knowing your purpose? The moment you know your purpose, it decides who qualifies for a relationship with you. So purpose is a sensor. Your purpose will separate the boys from the men, the girls from the women. Your purpose has a way of deciding or helping you to decide who qualifies to be your husband and who qualifies to be your wife. I had a couple with me. They were just a few days ago, we were talking in my office, and they were trying to resolve a conflict. And the woman said, but you know, she made a statement. She said, what if I choose to be a president? It was just a conversation in their marriage. They were trying to talk to me about what was causing problem in their marriage. She now gave an example. She said, what if I had decided that I wanted to become, or what if I decide that I want to become the president of Nigeria, the first female president of Nigeria? Listen to what the man said. He said, if you had told me you want to be the first female president of Nigeria, he said, I would never have chosen to be your husband. I was shocked. I said, you know why? She said, it's not part of my purpose to be the husband of a president. He said, I will not have seen myself. He said, I don't see myself as a husband of a president, of a female president. Now, it's not saying my wife can't be a president. It's just simply saying, I am not wired to be the husband for such a woman. That's just being honest. If that is your purpose, that is not what I am wired for. I think you deserve a better person than I. You deserve somebody different. Knowing your purpose helps to define who qualifies for relationship with you. Now, this is the reason for many divorces and many conflicts in marriages and relationships, because you have a situation whereby you didn't tell me what your purpose was until we got married. Then you began to tell me you want to do this, you want to do that, only for you to later realize that what you want to do and what you want to become is not something I'm comfortable with, which is now a major reason why many relationships are breaking apart. So the man is saying, look, I'm not comfortable with that. And the woman also, all of a sudden the man is just saying to his wife, a man is saying to his wife, I want to become the president of Nigeria. And the woman is like, sorry, but in our conversation you told me you were going to become a pastor, that God has called you to become a pastor. Well, I just changed my mind. Where, can you allow me time to process this so that I can internalize that and all of that? I'm trying to make you understand how that purpose matters. Knowing your purpose is very critical. So when my wife and I was going to get married, she was very clear. I'm a pastor. And I do not have any intention to become a politician. Not today, not tomorrow, not until I leave the earth. Imagine how confused my wife will be for me to wake up tomorrow and say, sweetheart, sorry, I'm just coming from my neck. Now, I mean, just think about it. Pastor Mary, just help Pastor Mary to think. I mean, if you're a woman, help my wife to just think about what I'm saying. And I just look at Pastor Mary and I say to her, I just, sweetheart, where are you from? It's taking too long today. I just came from my neck. I just couldn't talk to you in the morning. When I woke up I had a dream. What's your dream all about? No, I just saw myself. I saw myself contesting for Senate, local government chairman, and governor of my state. Now, she's not against anything I want to become, but the question is, sorry, don't you think we should have talked about it? So one of the major mistakes that singles always make is not defining life's purpose before they start pursuing life partner. So make sure you're clear about your life's purpose, what you want to become in life before you start talking about a life partner. Meaning choosing a life partner must be in alignment with your life's purpose. Is that correct, man? That's where joy comes from. That's where satisfaction comes from. You see, when you are broke, Pastor Abel, this one no matter, I beg. See, when you are poor, that's the way you talk. Pastor Abel knows, maybe just get money. Have you noticed that's why? Did you listen to what the guys were saying? I will spoil you. I will spoil you. Do you notice that's the selling point for all the guys? Why is I will sell you what all the guys were selling? In their minds, all women are what? In need. Can you see what drives the mindset of an average guy? But what will shock you, sir? What would you do when you get to realize that the woman you are saying you are going to spoil, your revelation of spoil is an insult to her? Because some of us guys who are like, I will spoil you, sir, based on your level of exposure. When the lady now says, yeah, spoil me. Spoil me. If you marry an Ibadan lady, she says, the same thing you say you will spoil me. Oh yeah, spoil me, girl. Spoil me. And then the next thing bro is going to do, that is spoil me. Oh. It's okay, follow me. I want to spoil you. And you carry her straight to Kubo Market. Or you take her straight to Wuse. And the lady you are talking about, only God knows the last time she ever stepped into Wuse to buy anything. She has left that years ago. She shops from... You see, they started mentioning. She shops from Dubai. Where else? Turkey. Paris. See, that's even if it's in Abuja here, where does she shop? Some of the finest stores in town. That's what some of the shoes she will use for the rest of this year, she's bought all of them in London. And here you are, brother, spoil me. For you, it's an achievement to take a woman to Wuse and enter the shop that has no door and say, look up, all the one they hang here, all these clothes they hang here, you can select one. I told you I will spoil you. I promise you I'll go to spoil you. So guys, you need to learn to say something better than all this money focused kind of stuff. There are bigger things to talk about than this little stuff. Women of today want to hear things better than what your fathers told your mothers. Am I talking to somebody in the house of God? Don't forget, in the days of our fathers, that's when they spoke those language. Don't worry, I will take care of you. Those were the lines that sold in the days of my mother. You need to be able to. Have you noticed in their days, when a man wants to marry, the first thing the family is thinking about, can you take care of our daughter? Am I talking here? So that's why men must sell that I can take care of you. Are you aware today that the person in charge of Transcorp Hilton is a woman? Are you aware that some of the banks in Nigeria now, their CEOs are women? Huh? Zenith Bank? So okay, let's assume she's not married. In fact, that's a good one. Let's assume that lady is not married. The CEO of Zenith Bank. And she stands, she says, oh yeah, propose. Oh yeah, bros, talk. Oh my God, sister, I just came to let you know that when I saw you, I was fascinated. And I just want to tell you that if you give me a chance, I'll spoil you. Zenith Bank, CEO. I'll take care of you. And you know, some of us brothers will be talking with that. You can even see from the way the brother is talking, I'll take care of you. You are talking with this attitude like she's in need. So how do you say that to the CEO of Zenith Bank? Guys who are in trouble. Because some of the women you're going to be dealing with these days, they are managers. They own, some of them own businesses that are already running businesses in millions at a very tender age. What do you tell a woman outside that can take care of you? Or maybe I should ask you a question. What do you tell a woman outside that can take care of you when the woman can actually take care of you and your family members? I was cracking jokes with them in our church some times ago, some weeks back. And I said, there's a little girl in our church here, just about 26. As the last year when she came to the church, she was dealing with depression. And she came to my office and we started talking, what can you do, challenge that and all of that. And right now, the girl makes an average of $5,000 from just working 3 days or so. $5,000 in Nigeria. Somebody came to see me in my office a few days ago from the United Kingdom, and the guy was telling me he was doing very well in Nigeria here, and the guy relocated his family to the United Kingdom. I said, Pastor, he said, I am regretting the steps that I've taken. I said, why? He said, sir, the highest amount, he said, Pastor, at my level, he said, the highest amount I make in the United Kingdom is about $3,500. He said, how much do I have left? He said, I pay $1,500 for house accommodation. I pay $500 for this, $500 for that. He said, Pastor, in the end of the day, I'm left with maybe about 500 or 700 pounds. That's why he left. And a girl is in Nigeria here making 5,000 pounds, $5,000 in a month, and her house rent is once a year. So if you're a brother now, you want to go and propose to that girl, your own salary as a brother is 120,000. It took 3 years for you to hit 120,000 naira. You now want to propose to a lady who makes 5,000. That's only one source of income. She has other means of income. You now want to propose to her. Now my question is, how do you go there? Hey, hello, how are you doing? And your 120,000 is shacking you. What do you say? What do you say when your income level is, as a man, when your income is a drop in a lady's ocean of income? You must sell something better. I saw you. You're such an amazing person. And I know you have great dreams, and I can see you accomplishing a lot. And I see that you have greatness ahead of you. You know, I'm here to just let you know that, look, I may not be like the guys out there, but I want to let you know I'm going to create an environment that will make you flourish. Listen. Calm down, sweetheart. Calm down. I know you're excited about that. I just want to let you know that if you give me a chance, you have a man who will let your wings find expression. Listen, I will be the wind beneath your wings. Listen, I'm just going to create an environment that will let you reach your maximum heights. Whatever you want to do, you're just going to find a home. I'll be there. Your kids will be proud to have me as their father. Listen, you're just going to have, I'll pray for you and I'll be there for you. I'll support you. You'll be everything you want to be. You can be very sure when you come back home, you have a man to talk to. When you come back home, you have a man to hug you. When you come, where is that coming from? What is wrong? Question: can her money hug her? Guys, sell something better. Sell something better. All right? So the first thing you want to do as a guy and as a woman is to be clear about your purpose. Be clear about your destination. The reason why you need to be clear about your purpose and your destination is so that you don't pair up with someone leading you in the wrong direction. All men are great, but not all great men are good for you. All women are wonderful, but not all women are suitable for you. Am I talking to somebody in the house of God? There is someone who will bring out the best out of you, and there's someone who will bring out the beast out of you. I have seen nice people become they just suddenly became something crazy because they married the wrong person. It matters who you marry, and it matters the direction that the person is heading towards. Never play with this. Today, I'm not here to preach. I just want to talk to you as a brother. I want to talk to you as a father. I want to talk to you as a coach. Is that okay? Don't make this mistake again. Focus matters. Direction matters. Purpose matters. Write this down. Second mistake. One of the mistakes that singles normally make that keeps a lot of singles from being married is seeking to embrace a new relationship whilst holding on to the past. Seeking to embrace a new relationship whilst holding on to past encounters and past experiences. As I speak in singles conference, home and abroad, I find this to be a very serious common thread. I want to marry, but I'm not done with my ex. Every little conversation we're having, somebody's taking interest in you, and the woman wants to marry you, the man wants to marry you. Can we just go out for lunch? And whilst we're having lunch and all of that, and the person starts laughing. Look, I don't like that. I don't like the way you are laughing. You are making me uncomfortable. What's going on? You know, that's how my ex normally laughs. If you understand what I'm saying, wave your hands. If you know somebody like that, wave your hands at me. If it turns out to be you, keep your hands up. Ex. Every little conversation, we're just talking. Oh, please, I don't like things like that because it reminds me of my ex. So what am I supposed to do? And it's the reason why someone comes close. And the sad part of it is that some of us are dealing with this, and it has become a part of us, so much so that when you are talking about your past relationship, it is unconscious. So the energy that you push out pushes somebody back. You have left Kaduna where the matter happens. You are in Abuja, but the thing has not left you. It happened 1984, but you are still talking about it 2024. You've not moved on. And there's something about the past. It exudes a negative energy. Listen, you don't even need to talk too much about your past. If you are still connected to your past, somehow the negative energy from your past has a way of making somebody to feel uncomfortable around you, and the person may not be able to tell why the person is feeling uncomfortable. It is the reason why some singles will tell you, I don't know what happened, Reverend Sam. We went out, so we had a good lunch, but from that time, he doesn't come again. He doesn't pick my call again. What did you do wrong? I didn't know. I didn't do anything wrong to the person. But all of a sudden, he doesn't talk to me anymore. Hello, are you still connected to your past? Are you still hurting? Are you still in pain over the past? And I want to dwell here a little bit, because this is very fundamental when it comes to having a new relationship. The law of new things states that in order to embrace and enjoy the new, you must release the past and make room for the new. The law of new things, that if you want to have a new relationship, you want to have new things, the law of new things states that in order to embrace and enjoy the new, you must release the past and make room for the new. In Leviticus chapter 26 in verse 10, the Bible says, listen carefully, and very powerful principle. The Bible says that whilst you are eating the old harvest, it said you will need to make room for the new. Did you catch what I'm just saying here now? If the new is ever going to come, what do you need to do? Oh, come and talk to me now. What do you do? Say louder. Say to your friend, say make room. I like another translation of the same scripture. Listen to another translation. Another translation says that you will need to get rid of the past. You will need to get rid of the old harvest in order to create new room for what, sir? For the new. You want the new, but there's no room for the new. Every little time we're talking, it's very obvious that the old is still speaking through you. Every little time we're talking, it's very obvious that the old experience, the old pain has not left you. We're just talking about planning for our future, and the next thing that will come out of your mouth, you men, it's difficult for somebody to trust you. Very difficult. See, yeah. That's how you people talk. You men, you can't talk. I know what you want. Just go straight to the point. You are not the first. Go straight to what. Tell me what you want. I know what you want. What is all that? And the same thing with us, the men. Because of your past experiences, and you're like, just tell me whether you want us to marry. Forget about all this issue of trust. Marriage is not about trust now. It's okay. Just let me know if you want us to marry. We'll marry. We'll leave trust to God. Sweetheart, I'm asking you a question. Don't you trust me? Look, I told you, listen, I want us to marry. But can you forget the issue of trust? Because listen, I've been there before. I've trusted people, and I'll not forget my ex, how much I trusted her and what she eventually did. So the past is still affecting you. The law of new things states that if you're expecting to have a new relationship that will be healthy and functional, the law of new things says create room, get rid of the old, exit the old, create room for the new. You know that there's a principle in Luke, in the book of Luke, in the scripture. The Bible talks about, how many of you have read the story about old wine and new wine skin? Fantastic. Now you find that story in Luke chapter 5 in verse 36 to 39. If you look at the Passion's translation, you begin to notice something. He said, you don't take an old cloth, a new cloth, to patch an old cloth. Is that okay? You don't merge two of them together. Otherwise, at the point of joining, Have you noticed this? The day you want to sit down, the point of joining will just, because the two of them can hold together. I was looking at, is it the Atlantic, is it the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean, the point of meeting? Has anybody seen the video of it? You find out that no matter how they come close to each other, they don't mix. Somebody even had to go to an extent whereby he fetched the water from the Atlantic Ocean and fetched that of and poured them together. And you know what? They separated themselves.